Hi everybody, welcome back to Ahh Magika, episode 10 with me, Sid. My voice is a little bit croaky today, so excuse me if it breaks a little bit, but anyway, we're back. Last episode, I think it was last episode, yeah, it was last episode, we did this space down in here, and we've, got all sorts of fun stuff going on out there. I also started addressing my cow situation, and I've done some more work on that. I've also moved my metals over there. I've got a spell in production in there, which we'll come back to in a moment. So I've moved virtually all of my metal over into the craft thing, and this is obviously over here. Still need to build a kitchen, and what I have done between episodes is I've set the cattle up into what can only be described as battery farming. It's kept a few on top so we can have the appearance of a cow farm up here, and I'm going to build like a little farmhouse as a store for all of the stuff we pull out of this and ultimately port everything over. So we've got the cows here, but all the cows that matter are here, and there are, well, there's 20. There's a whole load of cows down there, basically. And they're killing themselves by entity cramming. So all I do is come along here, get my breeding spell, chuck that down, and entity cramming does the rest. Simple. Just come across once a day or so and just give them a blat, and we get the meat, and more importantly we get the leather. So I need to tidy that up and make it look nice, but it works, so mustn't complain about that. Now it occurs to me I could have done the same with chickens. I could certainly do the same with sheep and pigs, so I may do an entity cramming based system over there. Now I do want to go and get my my sugar cane. That's my other thing I would like to do. So let's just wander around past this Mr. Krabby. Don't want them. And these ones obviously. Oh, these are obviously all the homed crabs. They are the more elitist of the coconut crabs. Now the reason I want to do this is I'm going to make a sugarcane farm. It's going to be the first farm I put in my basement. So we can take all of that and that can come away. Lovely. Right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go and make this spell, because rocking things like shears, flints and steels, that kind of stuff seems... Shears maybe, actually, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure whether there is a spell shape that will allow me to shear a sheep, for example. But we have got a lot of spells that will give us a whole load of useful tools. And I'm going to go... Actually, we're going to go up and make the spell first. That's... I did get myself a book and quill. Yeah, I did. And let's go up here, and I've got the spell. It's called Flint and Steel. It's a touch spell with ignition. Guess what it does? I mean, it's really not that exciting at all. But again, this is a mod about magic, so we should utilise magic wherever possible. Now the other thing I would like to do today, if I get a chance, is I would like to Vitium, feather, I'll come back to that in a second, clay ball, orange rune, flint and steel, give it a... Now those might be a little bit excessive for what I'm after. What I need is just a little gentle fiery spell. And of course we don't have a little gentle fiery spell, do we? We have big old spells, so let's just go with, say, that. And literally flint and steel. We can use it for things like candles. We can use it for nether portals. We can use it for anything we like. But more importantly, I can put it in there. There's my flint and steel spell. And now from this point onwards, we don't need to carry a flint and steel in our inventory. Told you it was exciting. But again, we need to be using the magic in our favour. Right. Let's go, and I would like to make pistons. So, have I got enough to make the pistons that I need there? Probably not. Let me just take a pile of logs, turn them into oak, jump in here, and we can go oak, oak. I've put the redstone into the system, I have put the iron into the system, and I smelted up most of my iron. And that was actually wrong. I just realised, looking at it, going, hang on, there's some cobble there, and it doesn't do that. And I need 16 of these, so let me get 16 pistons. And I am then going to need some observers, which I can never remember. Oh, hang on. I don't know why that does not interface, and it's annoying, but at the end of the day, so it's observers, redstone, quartz. I need a couple of quartz then, and that is in the values. So in me money jar by the door, which has got the valuables in, is now reduced to certain things, and quartz is one of them. I may make it not one of them. I may make all of that stuff go into the storage system eventually. That could be a thing. So, armed with you, we go 1 and 2, and we're going to get a couple of those. 1, 2. Well, I actually did have some quartz in there as well. That's fine. Pistons, observers, and I'm going to definitely need a little bit of redstone. I'm going to need some redstone torches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they're not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 lots. And then I'm going to need some smoothie stone. I'm going to need to make those with a little bit of that to make me 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I need some iron bars if I've got any. I've got 14, which is enough. And then I just need to think, well, let's go down and have a look at what we need to think about for decorative blocks. I'm going to need a hopper as well, but the actual farm is going in here. I have pre-prepared the area. I do also, I think, need to light up probably better now. What have I got? I've got glowstone, but I have got shroom lights as well. Have I got 8 shroom lights? Of course I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And I've got a bucket of water. I do need a hopper. So for that I'm going to need a chest, and I'm going to need some of that, and then maybe a barrel if I've got one. Lovely. Perfect. Excellent. So I had originally thought to put nice stone floors down here, but I think if I'm worried about the illumination of this, and I can block that off like that, it would actually make more sense to do that. And then we stick you like that, stick you like so. That's all good. We do need to take all of the black concrete out and come up with a design to go in and fill this wall up with. But all being well, that should be illuminated there. get me old pistons. Again, this is nothing fancy. It's definitely not any modern magic. This is all vanilla, and as you know, I am a superlative redstoner, so that's the thing. You have to bear that in mind. Oh, you're probably actually no. I'm going to have to do. Okay, I should probably have done the redstone first, because we're going to redstone along down here all the way down to there, and I don't know whether I can. I mean, I could do it without breaking them, I suppose. It's not very dignified, though. Like that, and then we'll grab those, put those back. And then we're going to have an observer facing like there and there. So this will detect just this one at this end. When it goes off, it will have a repeater coming out like that, a repeater coming out like that, a repeater going into there, a repeater going into there. That's on 4 ticks, that's on 4 ticks, and that should mean that when this... Oh, we need water, of course. Thunk. You only get 2 executions of it. Excellent. Now I do need to do something at the top decoratively, because you can see the pistons quite clearly there, and we need to put something along the top there. So I only want these to grow too high. 3 high is going to be pointless, because I think what will happen is the ones at the top will probably fall down there, and I'm not bothered about loss and efficiency and all of that stuff is not a significant consideration. But I do need to think about what I'm doing there. Let me just have a think about decoration down here, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, that should be about it. The only thing we need to do is finish off in here, and to do that I'm going to throw a little bit of that going on there. We'll chuck a little bit of that there, maybe just one of those there. Throw that like that, and maybe a little bit like that. And oh, cracked. Let's stick a cracked in as well. Now there is one thing I want to try, because obviously this is sugarcane, and sugarcane is a pain. It doesn't do anything down here. We just got a little upside down thing, takes it into the barrel. Should more than adequately suit my needs. There is a spell or a spell shape or growth, which I think I have researched. So what I would like to do is I'm going to put the sugarcane in there just so we don't lose that. We'll throw you down there. We'll put the concrete away, and everything should be good. What I would like to do is, for starters, as the sun rises, let's go and see what badness is out here, because I haven't had a... Still looking for that elusive last bit to level 30, and yeah, not much in the area. It's helping that I've lit up quite a lot of it, so... But we should go and at least make this have a little... Very efficient. Now it does need all tidying up, but... And of course it makes horrendous noise, which is why it's as far away from my storage room as possible. So let's go and have a peek at the growth options. The growth. Because we've got a grow. Pouring energy into plants equal to months of talking to them will cause them to grow more rapidly. Now, what I don't know is if that is bone meal effect or not. The most likely side effect of that is it will be bone meal. That's, you know, a given. It will probably just be equivalent to bone mealing a plant, so, you know, may not be actually worth doing anything with. But what I am thinking of is a projectile area of effect with a grow. And we'll just call it, for simplicity, because let's be honest, not that grow, we'll call it growth. It really doesn't need anything more than that. What it does need is now for me to work out projectile area effect and the grow spell. So we're going to do projectile, which is going to be Vitium, Snowball and Arrow. So I'll start pulling this together. Obviously we've got the area of effect, which is a TNT, a Ice Affinity and some Ethereum from the machine. And then we've got a grow, which is a green rune, a witchwood log and a bone meal. That is all doable. So I'm going to start pulling that together. I'll take this book out because, you know, we don't need it, but I definitely need a Vitium. I definitely need a witchwood log. I think that's all I need from that lot. Oh, and I got in a spell paper, of course. To finish off with, I am going to need a rune, which I don't have, but that's simple enough. Didn't put any of the other bits down here, did I? No. Alright, let me pull that together. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I think we've got everything. Obviously it's area of effect. Area of effect becomes more expensive because we have the thing. We have got 199 on there and it is bound. So that no, come back here. Thankfully it looks like they've cured that problem of it taking whatever you throw in, which was an old problem back in the day. Green rune, bone meal, witchwood log, spell paper. Now we need something that looks like growth, and I know there is a kind of a planty rooty thing going on there. Let's go with that. We'll go with that one. Actually, we'll take the spell away and put it. I keep leaving them down here, and I always end up wandering around the base with them in my inventory for like 7 days afterwards. So let's go and put that away because, you know, a tidy wizard is a happy wizard. And let's go and just see what, if anything, this effect has on sugarcane, which it may or it may not have an effect. It all depends on what it's actually doing. I don't think that is having any effect on those whatsoever, and I suspect it is because they're sugarcane. But they will grow, they'll just take the time. In the meantime, what I may do is I may take those out and replace and put glass in there. There's no reason for me to ever need to come in here, so that should be fine. But that spell, well, I mean, it's not a bust, let's be brutally honest. It will work in our favour. You know, I should be able to come out here and harvest my spuds. Interesting. It didn't appear to affect the spuds at all. Okay. Affected the grass, so I suppose, you know, it's a bone meal. Oh, what did I just cast? Not that. We'll stick you in there anyway. There you go for now. Right. Well, that was a bit of a bust. Oh well. You live and learn. So let's leave the night off. I'll be back in a second. All right. Well, this is working. Harvested 3 already, which I'm not entirely sure whether we lost anything. It's not. This is not a lossless farm. That has to be said. This is a potentially lossy farm, but you know, it takes as long as it takes to do anything, and then spits out sugarcane down there and make paper, which is all fine, dandy, and wonderful. And this is the kind of, I think we'll probably get a bigger room off like a couple of sides, but I think wherever possible, I'm going to try and put some of these small micro farms in just for resources that we need and will just steadily produce. The easier the farm, the smaller the farm, the better the farm. However, we need to have a look at, well, I'm going to take some, probably going to need a little bit more than that, but and this is going to be ugly to start off with, but I've got 30 levels, and one of the things I wanted to do was to get enough levels to actually start utilizing my enchanting setup up here to enchant my various things with, you know, not sharpness 3, that much is for certain, but you know, come in here and give myself aqua affinity, for example. And I'm at 30 levels, so I could have effectively enchant something now, but then I'd have to start over the grind to get back to 30 all over again, which is great, and I didn't want to come down here. However, over at the graveyard, we had a number of bits and pieces in here. I'm being a little bit cautious because there's always a possibility of unwelcome attention. Because here is a wither skeleton spawner. I could definitely use a wither skeleton spawner. I think in here there is a skeleton spawner, again firmly lit up. I think this one is spawnerless, which, you know, doesn't mean a lot. And I believe there is a zombie spawner up here. Now I don't think I've got carry-on, so I've got no means of moving these. But the question is, if I wanted to make myself a mob spawner, the one that I would almost certainly want to do is going to be this one. Kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? And obviously we're going to need potentially a 9 by 9 room, and some things you just cannot use the spell on. But we can get this probably set up in such a way as to make it nice and safe, and then I can decide what, if anything, I want to do with the my inventory is already a pigsty. Okay, nothing new there, I suppose. Yeah, so you know, we can basically work on making this into a mob spawner. Now, I don't think it's going to be anything fancy. It's going to be a room with water, with a drop and usual kind of stuff. So, you know, I don't think we need to look at anything overly complicated for this. But I think this is what I'm going to work on next. I don't think it will take a great deal of effort or on my part. It's just going to be something that I have to do bit by bit, getting the various bits and pieces put in there. Yeah, so well, let me see what I can come up with, and again, this is going to be fairly vanilla, but I'll be back in a moment. Alright, well, it works. I'm not sure just how safe we are out here. That was not. I think they're all. It's all these. Now, this is not. This is ugly. This is just one big ugly box with a big ugly thing, and you know, when they go over with the Zweihander, it tends to poke out a little bit. And I've been using it for a while. They are armoured, and which means that I can't one-hit kill them. So wooden sword, you know, not wooden sword, stone sword. And we're getting all this interesting stuff. So I mean, I've got a couple of sallet there, which we can repair up. And what else have we got? Maximilian boots. Lots of Maximilian boots. Gothic. So yeah, there's a lot of free armour here. Maximilian. So yeah, big old plate armour. What else? Gothic. And obviously we can repair all of these up, and these can go on armour stands. I can use this stuff everywhere. Gothic. You know, including little Zweihander action there going on, which is quite a large sword. A bit of Lucerne hammer action. So yeah, that's all good too. Gothic boots, Maximilian boots, do a bit of Gothic boot action, and a Maximilian helm. So I think the only thing actually I've got Maximilian legs as well, haven't I? So yeah, and got a bit of sweeping edge action on this, and I think we'd be laughing. But obviously, you know, I haven't got sweeping edge on it, so but you know. Oh, and of course, let's not forget the wither skulls, which are few and far between, but it's not a bad thing. We've got a flame-bladed sword, non-healing wounds, 9.9, whereas that does 10 damage. But most importantly, we have got. I'll leave all of this here. Let me take a suit of Maximilian, shall I? It's not a whole suit, but and there's another flamberge. Yeah. Seems strange they got so many names right on that mod, and then managed to misname the flame-bladed sword as a flamberge. At least I think it's a flamberge. I'm fairly certain it's a flamberge. If I'm wrong, yeah, we'll live. I need. Oh, I can't do it in there, can I? I don't know why this. I think I've already complained about that, so I'll not complain about it now. Yeah, we need a smooth stone slab with smooth stone. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can puddle over there. But that means now I have got 38 levels, which I do need to grab my. I think I could could do with a piece of coal as well. That, of course, is another thing. It is a excellent coal source for while I'm generating XP. So yeah, that's an interesting piece of snippet of information as well. Let's just pop you there. I'm going to stick the suit of armour in the corner, and I'll stick another one on that side at some point. Maybe the Gothic, who knows. But let that cook. Let me just go and clear my inventory, and then we can go and see about getting some stuff enchanted, because that is, after all, what I am here to do. There's a little bit of stuff in here which needs to be put away. I'm going to have so much fun with these skull piles. I'm going to have to go out hunting down graveyards and clearing that graveyard out bit by bit, just to get the old skull piles. Right, hang on. I can do it here. I've got a crafting bench. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see what this looks like, because it should be pretty impressive armour. I mean, it was one of the heaviest, if not the heaviest, armour of its in its period, kind of thing. So yeah, I believe the armour that they showed, I'm going to take most of you, the armour that was portrayed in some books as well, but no, in Dracula, one of the Draculas, I can't remember which year it was, that one, but that was a big fluted heavy armour that is shown in at the start, and in red, big dragon armour. Yeah, that was supposed to be Maximilian plate, so just have a quick. Worked really well. Anyway, let's just go and finish off by sorting out our armour in the first instance. Now, I got the guy up for Feather Falling 3, and what I really need is a Mending Villager. All of the other books I can live without. I can enchant and take my chances. And the Feather Falling didn't even work anyway. In fact, I've actually grindstone it off the shoes just so we can have another go. Have I got any book? I don't. Let me have a look. No books. I have got paper, and I have got some leather. So just take 5. That should be more than enough. While we're here, let's just. Well, I mean, I've not been here, so unlike TFC where it would think this only works while I'm here, but that's fine. It is working. That's all that matters. All right, yes, enchanting. Let's stop beating around the bush. Let's move up and get some work done over here. Still need to work on the actual floor up here, but I actually need a barrel. That would be handy. Ow. Could do with one of these actually upstairs as well, couldn't I? But let me just have a. There's a barrel. That will do me nicely, and then we can store our books and stuff up there temporarily. And yeah, we'll be all good to go. Let me just pop the barrel in there. Stick a bit of that in there. Right. So I need you, and you. And you, of course. So we are going to get sharpness 3, which I don't think is a good return. Aqua affinity. Mage chestplate gives us thorns. I don't really want thorns. Unbreaking is useless on that, as Depth Strider 3 is actually not bad. Protection 3, Unbreaking 3, Depth Strider 3. I mean, Protection 3 is a bit poor, but you know what? It's better than a kick in the face. Protection 4 on the hood. Unbreaking. Actually, Unbreaking is useful on that. Fire protection. That's. Let me just check. Both of these have got fire protection. Does it really matter? No, we'll go there. And Unbreaking, which is useless on that, but that's fine. Right. Fire aspect? No, thank you. Unbreaking? No, thank you. Protection 4, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Didn't get anything. I suppose that might preserve the amount of mana rate we actually do. Let's see what we get on the next round. Absolutely not. And Unbreaking. Actually, power 3. Yeah, not. We need to also go and grind a few more levels, but yeah, on the whole, I'm happy with that. I'm going to grind a few more levels. We'll finish off by trying to enchant the last few bits next time. But until then, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.